the journey of the numbers is quite telling. And we're going to now take a look at the infection rate, which is the number of people who tested positive as a percentage of the sample size. So we'll be getting in just a moment. At the beginning of June, we had about an 8% infection rate, which dropped, being largely below 5%, as you can see, and in the month. But as the month came to an end, and July kicked in, and the infection rate rose to over 5%, then over 10%, and even over 15% on some days. On the 6th of July, President Uhuru Kenyatta announced easing of some of the restrictions, and we see a steep rise in the number of confirmed infections here. So this fluctuation was sustained until mid-August, when the infection rate fell below 10%. And then we have between August and September, and the numbers of infections were low, and even at one point we recorded below 30 new infections in a day. And on September 28th, President Kenyatta further eased some of the COVID-19 restrictions, further reopening the economy. Bars were allowed to resume operations. The dusk-to-dawn curfew was moved between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. Places of worship were given the green light to have larger congregations. Then the partial reopening of schools also began. And from there, it has been an uphill and a downhill kind of way. Now, the numbers began swelling again, and so did the infection rate. If we can just go back to the other graph, after lifting of the restrictions, and just in the past 6 days, Kenya has recorded more than 1,000 new infections in a day. And yesterday, the 27th of October, we did hit a high rate, that's an infection rate of about 20.51%, and interestingly, the very same percentage as the 3rd of August, right about here.